he's above the law, he's this and that. I'm telling you.
But the US government now are saying that what? They are saying that they are ready to fight these bandits. But the Sokoto Caliphate are saying what? They are saying that Tinubu must make sure the US government don't interfere in Nigeria's sovereignty.
No. Sokoto Caliphate is headed by the spiritual leader, a terrorist sponsor like Sultan of Sokoto. I don't know what to understand. He has no designation in Tinubu's government. What he is just a spiritual leader, a monarch of Fulani Janjaweeds at the axis of Sokoto Caliphate. He doesn't have office at federal level. He's just a traditional ruler, just like Igbewa, Bale. I don't understand. But he has stretched his royal tentacles into federal structures because of the kind of people the Fulanis are. He shouldn't have a say on this current government or administration. I don't understand. So this has actually gone far to spell how great the Fulani Janjaweeds are. Chebi Alafino for you is there. Obi of nature is there. Igbo of Aguleri is there. Ata of Egala is there. Amai Nebo, Opobo, Obongo Kalaba, they are there. They are doing their needful, their royal business within the enclavement of their communities. They have never spread their tentacles out of their what? Border or boundary, which is within their states, various states. But you can see Sultan of Sokoto superseding everybody. Federal government, Alafino for you, he has boasted that he's the paramount royal king in Nigeria. He's a lie. The paramount royal king in Nigeria is after Atof Igala, you have Oba of Benin. Sultan of Sokoto has no level. Yes, a loafer, a nomadic. Okay, Sultan of Sokoto will tell me the name of his village. If you want to embarrass a Fulani man, ask him to tell you the name of his village. Okay, Sultan of Sokoto that is claiming to be the overall royal father in Nigeria. What is the name of his village? What is the name of his village, his community? They don't have villages, they don't have communities. Fulani man wander from place to place, bush to bush, forest to forest, from one farmland to another farmland, buying farmers, causing Nigeria this kind of food drought. You understand me? So what I'm trying to say is that Trump has worked hard, very, very hard in conjunction with Israel and Canada, you know, to what? Divide Nigeria. Division of Nigeria is what is going to bring genocide, Christian genocide, to stand still. And it is on course. There's nothing anybody should do about it. We can't. Because if you look at this in Ndume has knelt down, begging and begging American military forces to come. And the axis of Timbuktu, Borno State, his own community and his own local government, where Boko Haram, Fulani bandits, Mahmuda and Lakarua, all based on Islam, extremists, are buying people. Ndume, a senator, he has been begging. So what are we saying?
He supports the foreign military.
He supports the foreign ministry. Is even
not
colluding with U.S. military forces. He turned his back on Sadana or Sokoto. Sadana or Sokoto is the problem that the North has. Actually, when they invaded North 3 centuries ago, they did not actually know what is happening now would happen. Today, Fulani has overcome Kanuri, overcome Hausa, overcome Bari, overcome the Kajet tribe, the Angas, everybody, even the Junkus, the TVs, the Doma and the Galas. No, not a Gala. They have overcome all these tribes I named before mentioning a Gala. It was only Gala that has proven so strong before the Fulani Janjaweeds, when they actually smash the head of Ottoman Danfodio, who was coming down southern Nigeria to Islamize the entire south until Atof Igala beheaded him. That's a wonderful performance from a Gala here, Ata of Igala.
Okay, but with what is going on now, do you not think the North might be pressured to finally, agree to the division of Nigeria? Because we've seen what's happening as the guys El-Rufai. We've seen today in Taraba State. We've seen over, how many Catholic priests, protesting. They say what? Over 200 churches have been attacked in Taraba. That people are not, the media are not talking about it.
Yes.
They said Ndomena is begging the military, the US military, to come to his local government for their rescue. And Anuga is now telling El-Rufai, he said what?
He must be arrested.
Must be arrested. But the Fulanis are saying
no way.
The Yoruba government
can never do
that. Do you not think this?
No. This is something else. Meaning that El-Rufai has many secrets he's having at hand right now in terms of exposing Tinubu and all his accolades at Aso Rock. That's why El-Rufai is insisting that he is above this current administration. You could see what happened at the airport when he was almost apprehended by DSS and other security operatives. The Fulani Janjaweeds, their youth, their elders, their men and their women barricaded the security forces from getting hold of El-Rufai. Don't you know it has gone a long way to tell the whole world that El-Rufai is having secrets about Tinubu on his pen, and Tinubu has never made a statement clearing air over what El-Rufai's refusal of what arrest or apprehension, portend at the airport, Nnamdi Azikiwe airport. So what I'm trying to say is this: Ndume has done well to expose the Fulani Janjaweed to the members of the world, where he was actually campaigning, agitating for invasion of his local government in Borno State by American military forces, in collaboration with Nigeria Army. So that has shown you that North will divide, because they are all attacking Sokoto right now. I mean, the other tribes, the lower tribes, apart from the Hausas, the Jukus, and the lower tribes like Bari, Kanuris, Nupe, they are being pied on in their large numbers. That's why they're agitating for division everywhere in the North. North is not going to stay again. Nigeria will never be one again. Sokoto, it is game over. He's among the sponsors of terrorists, and America is not hiding anybody. No sacred cow before USA in terms of terrorist sponsorship. No matter whom you are, both the highly placed and the low levels should be brought to book. That is Trump administration for you. Israel and Canada, they are being serious about it. Anybody that is found guilty of terror sponsorship must be culpable, hold culpable, and in the court of law. You see what is going on with Nnamdi Kanu, an innocent man that has not done anything, actually indicated how far the Fulani, the Yoruba, and the rest of the tribes in the North has gone to hurt the Igbo man. Kanu must come out. There is much executive order, consultations, meetings, convention going on right now. It has been a consensus among all the components at Asurok to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is extricated.
But lastly, we've seen Israel, US, Russia, Germany. They are saying they are coming out to what? End British colonialism in Nigeria and Africa.
Yes.
Do you not think? Do you think this is the right step?
Yeah, this is the right step, and this is going to be the last of British imperialism on this continent, Africa, because the vast quantity of mineral resources in Africa is being overused, mishandled by the French, by the British, by the Spanish, and the Portuguese. Even the Belgians that has been holding Congo, Mombasa, ransom over the years. Congo, Mombasa is a country in Africa that is having the most vast minerals in Africa. You talk about diamond, bauxite, gold, oil, everything. Name them. What about forestry? You talk about woods, great woods. Many nature endowments are in Congo, Mombasa. And the only country in Europe that is taking care of all these minerals, all these natural gifts in Congo, Mombasa are the Belgians. The Belgians seized Congo, killed Patrice Lumumba. Yes, Patrice Lumumba, the leader of Congo since how many years ago, was seized by the Belgians, murdered over 2 million Congolese, and Europe has not said anything. Congo has suffered a lot on the hands of Belgians, British, and the French, and other rest of African countries like Cameroon, Gabon, Nigeria. They are still going through hell on the hands of the French and the British, and this is going to be the last of British and French colonialism. See, neocolonialism is the second colonization process going on in Africa, because we believe that the French has gone, Britain has gone, but actually they place all these dangerous politicians from the back. They are using the politicians to milk us dry and steal more, our mineral resources, selling it in large quantum, giving us only meager, conniving with our dangerous greedy politicians, milking us dry, treating the Africans as if we are still slaves like before. President Kwadon has been given to Simon Ekpa because Alex Todd, a man that used his company to collect bribe from Nigeria.
Black and white. It involves many shades of grey. Finland's interests call on us to see the world as it is, not only as we would like it to be. This means we have to be honest with ourselves. Finland's diplomacy is not based on moral posturing or identity politics. It's based on values, interests and actions. An active foreign policy and sensible solutions increase Finland's influence. Finland's and Europe's relations with the United States are in a state of transition. We must get used to this new situation. Cooperation is indispensable to both sides. Examples of this from the past year include the icebreaker deals, defense cooperation, and peace talks in Ukraine. At the same time, we must acknowledge that we do not always see eye to eye with the United States. It is in Finland's and Europe's best interest that we strengthen international rules and institutions and advance efforts to combat climate change. Finland's closest friends are in the Nordic countries and Europe. Nordic cooperation must be strengthened. European cooperation further deepened. Why? Because both involve Finland.
We are going home.
Economy on their side. And you are doing it at a time when there clearly is a change in the world order, where I believe personally that the nexus of power is moving eastbound and southbound. And now I think all of us pretty much have a choice. And the choice is between multilateralism, which you are representing, and multipolarity. And these two things are very different. For me, multilateralism is about cooperation, it's about rules, it's about norms, and it's about institutions. I like these rules because they are the ones that bring exactly the thing that you have up there on the board: solidarity, equality, and sustainability. My big worry right now is that the world is moving more in a multipolar direction. And multipolarity, though it gives power to nation states as such, is problematic because it's more transactional, it's more about deals, and therefore it's more prone to conflict.
President Kwadon has been given to Simon Ekpa because Alex Todd, a man that used his company to collect bribe from Nigeria, has failed woefully after actually showing this kind of solidarity in the beginning of Biafra declaration in Lati, faraway Finland. Alex Todd was bribed. You know, Tinubu could bribe anybody, Nigerian government could bribe anybody. That's why Alex Todd messed up in the first place. But today, Todd has understood his mistake, a case that was instigated by Nigeria themselves. Nobody has ever come from Nigeria to defend themselves or to actually bear witness that Samuel Ekpa committed that crime. That's why I'm telling you that it is too clear that Finland has begun to understood their mistakes. And being that what is going on in Nigeria today, Fulani government is Tinubu government. Fulani Janjaweeds have actually been declared before by United Nations as a terrorist group. And secondly, right now, Canada and Nigeria as and the Fulani and the United States of America has come out to proscribe Fulani Janjaweeds, their platform, Fulani Meiti Allah. They are the terrorists that have been causing encroaching across Nigeria. Look at Kwankwaso. Kwankwaso is a Fulani man. To my greatest surprise, he was the one that signed Sharia into law, right from 1999 during Obasanjo era till date. He actually signed this Sharia law of a thing, and you must actually understand America doesn't play with that kind of injustice. Sharia law was signed into law by Kwankwaso. So expect America to proscribe he himself as one of the sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. You have seen what has happened to Melania Trump's wife and Ngozi Orebeze, the deputy prime minister in exile of Biafra. Two of them attended the same school. And what do you expect? The long-time letter written by Biafra to Trump has right now been approved by Donald Trump himself. Trump has actually replied in Ngozi Orebeze that with time, what he has promised Nigeria is going to take place, being that Ngozi Orebeze and Trump's wife attended the same school. Is that not a great victory for the Biafran people? Alas, there is great jubilation in Igbo land as Simon Ekpa is about coming out because Alex Todd has actually granted him presidential pardon, overlooking all the false accusations brought together by Bianco Ono and Peter Mba of Enugu State. What about Musa Christopher, who was dancing lame, very lame, playing politics while in khaki uniform? All that Christopher Musa has said, they are now a chain upon his head. I'm telling you. Could be that we are so much in prayer committed to God. Christopher Musa would have been among the coupists so that because right now it's left for the presidential order to execute the coupists. They don't pity any coupist though. You see it? Christopher Musa and all the military clique that were bent on annihilating, unalive and crying Biafra faithfuls and loyalists in the southeast, they are all facing hellfire now. Number one, you could see the position of Malami Abubakar, the man that actually supervised Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's rendition from Nairobi, Kenya, is now a tenant at DSS facilities, just like what happened to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the past. You see how Kama could visit anybody on earth. Nobody is above Kama. Kama is no longer a native of India, but a worldly thing. Global man, Hausa man, Igbo man, Yoruba man, white man, anybody, even Arab man, could be, caught up by Kama. Malami is now a tenant at DSS, facilities over charges of what? Very sophisticated arm, a big container, 50-something feet. I don't know what to understand. Fully loaded with assorted, sophisticated weapon and ammunition, but supervised by Abubakar Malami. What is such quantity of catch of arm doing on his compound? We know that he's using it to what? To arm the bandits, the Fulani. Yes. They are not terrorists. Kanu and Ekpa, do they have weapon? Igboho agitated with weapon. They at least recovered guns at Igboho house. Did they recover any gun with Kanu? Oga, this is just a conspiracy against Igbo man, and any man that is conspiring against Igbo man, you must suffer, as Kanu has pronounced and laid curse on James Omotocho. You must suffer, and God will punish you now and forevermore. As Kanu has declared, so shall it be. Abubakar Malami is now receiving his own punishment, being a landlord at DSS facilities. This is what is expected of all the wicked sponsors of terrorists in Nigeria. God will punish all of them. And do you know that Sokoto is not left out? He is among the terror sponsors in Nigeria. Just imagine a spiritual leader of the Fulani Caliphate is now a custodian of Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda, Lakarua, Mahmuda, ISWAP, Boko Haram, bandits, and herdsmen. A whole Saduano of Sokoto. My brother Fulani is the problem that Nigeria have. What is it that's stopping Nigerians to come out en masse and pursue the Fulanis into the desert? These are cupful, small number of people that are constituting dangerous, bloody crimes in Nigerian state. And yet, the Igbos, the Yoruba, and other tribes, they could not act quick or fast to expel the Fulanis out of Nigerian geography. They are very, very small, cupful of people. They are not that large in population that could resist the Igbos alone. Fulani, Janjaweeds, they are the terrorists in Nigeria. Not Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, not Simon Ekpa, not the Biafrans. The Fulanis are. But
April, Simon Ekpa's appeal will be commencing. But with what is going on now, Trump finally replying to Ngozi Orebeze and the Biafrans, and at the same time, the Fulanis now, what Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu have stood and fought against, have been declared a terrorist by the US government. And at the same time, they are saying they are proposing a law that will finally make sure that Christians are protected, that whoever persecutes the Christians again will be dead. Yes, we go according to Riley Moore. Do you think that Ekpa freedom is sacrosanct?
Yeah, Ekpa freedom is sacrosanct, just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. You can see where Kanu's case is heading to comes 18th of February this month. You know that? Kanu's final extermination, I mean freedom. Liberation has come. Just 4 days to go. Today is 14th. Kanu is going to be free in 4 days' time because he has not committed any act of terrorism. Tinubu knows it. But Abiyamila knows it. Ayafayoche is aware. Bela Leke knows. Bayo Ononuga, a man that suffers from diarrhea of mouth anywhere he is, Igbo man is his problem. Bayo Ononuga knows it. He knows it. That Kanu has not been discovered with or found with any weapon. Bayo Ononuga knows it. See, let me tell you, Kanu is coming out very soon because Trump has made it clear that anybody in Nigeria, Fulani man or any person, even Kanuri man, that persecutes the Christian in Nigeria should go to jail. Federal prison Guantanamo Bay is located in the middle of Atlantic Ocean, and that is where the persecutors of Christians are going to take abode. Their own house or shelter should be there. And let me tell you right now, Simon Ekpa is free. Ngozi Orebeze received response from Trump very soon that no more Christian marginalization or persecution in Nigeria, and no more allowing Biafra to be thoroughly, annihilated in Nigeria. I mean the Biafrans. That help is coming very soon to divide Nigeria. Trump is coming. Being that Orebeze Ngozi and Trump's wife are classmates or schoolmates, I think that is what actually compelled Trump to act quick, to respond. And he has actually given Orebeze quicker replies or responses.
Okay, but within the Australian government, the other time Canada government and US government, they prescribe, that the APC and the PDP were the ones sponsoring terrorism.
Yes.
As in Australia now,
yes,
they are openly coming out to what we know that Australia is another continent in the world. They are coming and they say what they've recognized Biafra ID card and they vow to protect Biafrans where
Christians,
yes, around the world. What's your take?
Yeah, that's a good one. I know that the man in charge of Australia right now won an election under Labour Party, and because of that man, Obi actually hijacked Labour Party political platform that was during the last election of 2023 because of Australia, the kind of encouragement and aspiration or inspiration from Australia. And this time around, Australia giving Biafra recognition is one of the best things to have happened to Indigo recently. This time around, Biafra identity card is approved, very legal in Australia. If you have Biafra ID card, you are free to go anywhere, and inciting that Biafra international passport will be operational in Australia very soon. If you have it, you can go to Australia so easily. Biafra international passport will start operation, and that's a very good development. We are going to face Australia right now as one of the diplomatic countries that has ever embraced Biafra. Balkanization is it, and you can see it's a thorough different continent entirely from Africa, Europe, Asia, America, and the rest of the world continent. Australia is where we have our largest support right now. Because why? They don't know they don't like the kind of hanky-panky playing by Britain. Britain could not be 100% Australia. Australia is a different continent entirely. So they have the right to do whatever they like. Even though they have Union Jack as their flag, on their flag with stars. Good, we know. But Australia is far, far better than Socialist Britain. Socialist Britain is a slave raider country. They are the one that actually enslaved over 600 years ago entire Africans, taking them into the new world to farm for them. And they actually did it. No reparation, no payment today. And Abiola Muchuda Abiola fought for the black man to actually extort the white of their reparation payments. Over 400 years now, the black was exploited, maltreated, and marginalized by the Western world, who actually stole our forefathers into faraway New World, United States of America today. and they farmed and farmed. Large numbers of our forefathers died in the farming land. Yes, that's how you have the Caribbeans, the Jamaicans, Trinidad and Tobago, because they were dying in their large numbers there. Yes, and some were brought to Africa to trace their roots. I don't understand. So right now is a welcome idea when Australia has actually given Biafra recognition of their time in conjunction with Canada and Israel. Biafra is free.
Okay, do you not think why they will release EPA and why Australia now is backing, the Biafra, as a country is because today we see what is happening. Over 100 persons were paraded, by these bandits in Aquara State that they've been kidnapped, and they are still with the bandit presently. Even in Taraba State, over how many chief priests protested? They said over 200 churches have been attacked in Taraba State. Do you not think with all this fact and information, the Finnish government don't have any point to hold?
They don't have any point to hold Samuel. Alex Top has collected bribe. Donald Trump, Boris Johnson during his time, before Mr. Stern, this current British Prime Minister, become British Prime Minister, they actually know that Alex Top of Scandinavia, Europe, has collected bribe from Nigeria. They use his company to at least supply Nigeria all these solar panel across the country, running billions of dollars. That's why he deviated from doing the needful. Rather, he arrested Simon Ekpa for no just cause. And you've seen this page of terrorism gathering momentum, multiplying on alarming rate recently in Nigeria. Attack in Kwara, attack in Kogi, attack in Plateau, attack in Taraba, attacks in Benue State and other mid-Belton states indicated that Simon Ekpa is free. Is not culpable of any bloody act as accused by both Nigeria and Finland. Finland president has murdered sleep. It has never been expected of that country to act this way. Finland must actually apologize and compensate Simon Ekpa for wrongly accusing him, just like Nigerian state did so Simon Ekpa. Finland and Nigeria are suffering from diarrhea. Diarrhea of the mouth, diarrhea. The kind of legal system they have in Nigeria and Finland there have become to be questionable by European EU member nations. I'm telling you, Finland actually, tell you, failed the Igbo man.
Ever happened in Nigeria. And that led to the death of Aguironsi in Ibadan, the interior village. Somebody, a Yoruba man, Ogundibo or thereabout, I can't vividly figure his name, died in the process where he was like trying to defend the Mr. President in person of Aguironsi as at that time, as the head of state. Who wanted to unite Nigeria again for us to have one voice and one mind and run things together. Which this same Northerners, the Fulanis, the Hausas, the Benues, the Plateaus, them that are suffering it today, kicked against it. And they killed Aguironsi. In 1967, they started killing the Igbos in the north, which led Ojukwu and Gowon. You remember there is what they called Aburi Accord. And on that note, both of them agreed. Because Gowon did not actually understand what it means. And what it means is this. Everybody manage what is in your own judicial. In your own side. Manage it. Then bring a quota, a contribution to the federal purse. That was the meaning of Aburi Accord. Why every other money generated in that region should be used for the development of that region. But because the British never want the development of Nigeria, the betterment of Nigeria, on their way home, they call Gowon and ask him not to do what? To agree with Ojukwu again. The signature was there.
Signature was there?
Yes, the agreement signature was there. That they were going to do it, carry it out that way. But reaching here, the British called him. There is somebody that called Wilson. He was the parliament of one of the parliament leader, labor leader of the British, who supply arms to Nigeria, which they use in conjunction of the Russia and the UK.